Stayed over at Auntie Jess's. Left at the crack of dawn. Couldn't wait to see you.
This is my Gavin.
I've heard a lot about you.
All good, I hope.
Of course. Sees you through rose-coloured specs right now. I'll make my own mind up.
Oh, I'm sorry we didn't have room for you here, Mum, but you'll be comfier over at Betty and Seth's.
I'll still be spending most of my time with you.
Oh, go take Mum's bags over, will you?
My pleasure.
Oh, Mum, this is Alan Turner and this is Tricia, Alan's granddaughter.
I was expecting you to be older. You don't look ready for retirement to me. Man in your prime.
Well, I knew the pub would be in good hands, and it gives me a chance to pursue my other interests.
You'll have to tell me all about them. I like a good town myself. I was expecting it to be dead quiet in a village like this.
Oh, we know how to enjoy ourselves.
We've got a party tonight. A local boy's coming home.
Been in the forces, is he? Been abroad?
No, he's coming out of prison.
I know, just the sort of party he'll be after. Lock a man away from female company. He's only got one thing on his mind.
No, Mum, Roy's not like that. No, we wanted something a bit more low-key.
Nonsense. We'll give him a night to remember. Come on, I'll help you organise it.
Quite a formidable lady. Not at all what I expected.
Me neither. All those airs and graces Bernice puts on, and she's well ordinary.
No, but she has a certain earthy charm, though.
I found some old paint out the back and a sheet as wasn't fit to put on the bed anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mum. I'll have a word with Betty about her cleaning.
It was just what I needed. What do you think?
Well, it's very artistic, but don't you think the evening ought to be a bit more low-key?
Alan's right. He has just got out of prison.
If he needs his soul looking after, he can go to the vicar. This is his local. We ought to show him a good time. Come on, help me find somewhere to hang this.
Maybe Jailhouse Rock is a bit tactless.
I think she's right.
But we haven't got long to put a tape together for this party. You look about Roy's sort of age. What kind of music do you bop to?
To be honest, I came in for a bit of peace and quiet.
You okay?
Back, Roy, you with your friends now?
Thank you.
Cheers.
He's not going to feel very welcome if we don't liven things up.
Perhaps all too busy guarding their valuables.
Get that tape on. I'll soon sort this out. I'll do that. Ice needs breaking. You and Gavin better start the dancing. Right. Now that's more like a party.
They certainly liven things up.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, no, you see, I don't dance, actually.
You will do when I finish with you.
It turned out to be a really great party.
Yeah, it certainly has. I don't know what's become of Roy and Kelly, then.
Must have sneaked off. I told you he'd only have one thing on his mind tonight.
Looking out at window and it was chucking it down with rain. So he says to me, she says, look at this lot out there. I'm not going to work in this weather. So she looked out at window, she says, it's clear off at top of Robinson's house. He said, I weren't thinking of going that road.
He's a card, your fella.
Oh, he's not joking, Diane. He used to try that pouring with rain routine all the time when he were working at home farm. There you go.
Bet you're a pet, but honestly, I couldn't.
Well, you've got to have something.
A dose of caffeine will pull me together perfectly.
I'll have it.
Aye, well, in kitchen, please, if you don't mind. 'Cause me and Diane have got things to discuss. Right. So what do you think about the wool pack? Well, and Gavin. I mean, he's a very nice-looking lad, but, well, what do you reckon?
You're right. He is a very nice-looking lad.
But is he the right one for Bernice? Well, I think so, but what do you think?
Well, that's what I'm here to find out.
Oh, could I just say, Diane, how happy I am that you decided to stay here instead of over the road.
It was a bit cramped. Anyway, I like a bit of distance.
So we can watch and discuss. Oh, you're a woman after me own, aren't you? So, what have you got planned for today?
Shopping?
Oh, no, there's no need, love. I've got plenty of food in.
No, not that kind of shopping. Proper shopping, you know, with the girls. Bits, bobs, trinkets. Can I persuade you?
Well, I don't know. Kathy's very wobbly. And...
She's not changed her mind about selling up again, has she?
Oh, no, she's decided to stay put. But, I mean, I wouldn't like her to think I were taking advantage.
You? Never. You must be due a couple of hours off.
You're right. I mean, how often do I get the chance to spend some time with women of my own age? Get ready.
Gonna get lynched. Oh, Ashley, you ready for your grand youth club opening?
Well, I thought I was.
This is my mum, Diane.
Oh, how do you do?
Have you met me mum, Angie? No. Hi.
And, what do you make of the village?
Well, I must say, everyone's been very friendly.
Your husband owes me £12. These are smashed to smithereens. I don't get you. Lorries pounding through the village all hours of the night. I went to the cash and carry and these are ruined. Have you been drinking? Vibrations. That's what I'm referring to. Vibrations. It'll start off with a few broken decorations and end up with houses subsiding and prices going down.
Well, as usual, you're the only person to have complained about it so far. Look, you'll have to take it up with Sean. It's none of my business.
Oh, and to add insult to injury, she doesn't even buy anything.
You've met Viv, haven't you, Mum?
Yes. She's made quite an impression.
So how much do you reckon you've spent today?
I don't think about money, love. I just do what I like and face the consequences later.
Oh, Bernice thinks about things a lot before she does them.
I've always thought there was a mix-up in the maternity ward. But I'm happy with the one they gave me.
What was she like when she was little?
I am here, you know.
It's a mother's prerogative to embarrass a baby. She was a funny little thing. Very neat. Always very good at school.
What, brain box?
I didn't say she was clever. I said she was good.
Mum?
Well, I'm thick and occasionally bad, but I've done all right. Anyway, you couldn't do better than have our Bernice for a friend. Can I take it there's been bad blood between you?
No.
Take it from me. Fellas come and go, but you keep your friends for life, if you've any sense. Isn't that right, Betty?
I'll be no friend of yours if you bellering me lug like that again.
How did you know what we were saying?
Oh, just a little trick I picked up during war. One ear fast asleep, t'other one listening out for doodle bugs. Oh, hey. Oh, I shouldn't have had that pina colada with me chips. She did that anyway.
You might want to pop home, Viv.
Why, do you want to get rid of me?
Oh, Viv's a bit upset because she missed the shopping.
It's Donna. She's been sent home in disgrace. Oh, she always gets the blame. Oh, no, it's nothing personal. No, all the kids have been sent home. That Ollie Reynolds is the ringleader. Expect her to be better behaved. Her being a policewoman's daughter.
Well, that's typical. They're probably out making millions with their stupid lorries and they let their kids run wild.
Perfect mother, is she?
What? Oof, it'd make your hair stand on end.
There you go, Tel.
Yeah. Hey, I'll can I get you a drink? Well, that's very kind, Terry. I'll have my usual, please.
Right.
Alan's got quite a paunch on him, hasn't he?
I prefer my man with a six-pack.
And I prefer to keep my six-pack in the fridge. Give me a man with a girth and I'll give him a good time any day of the week.
Yeah, you would and all, wouldn't you?
Let me take that over.
You behave yourself. There you are.
Thank you, Diane. Tell me, you ever worked in a bar before?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Yes, I thought so. You look very comfortable there.
I'm very comfortable most places, Alan.
Are you thinking of staying in the village long?
Who knows? Depends if there's anything worth staying for.
Oh, well, I sincerely hope you do. Cheers.
Cheers. What work do you do, Eric?
I run a thriving fitness and antiques empire.
You mean health clubs for the elderly?
Oh!
I must pop along one day, burn off a few unwanted calories.
Well, I should look forward to that.
Your mum's the right one, isn't she?
She's always had an eye for the gentleman.
Mum,
You're incorrigible. Don't play Alan off against Eric. They can't stand each other.
I'm only flirting. Don't fancy Eric.
Could have fooled me.
I wouldn't have thought that would be difficult, dear.
Don't want to get on the wrong side of you.
So you don't fancy Eric, then?
Of course not. He's not my type. Look at him. See more flesh on a ferret.
Morning, all. Don't suppose anyone's seen my walking boots?
No, you're out for a ramble, then?
Yes, I thought I'd take a yomp up the crags.
Don't suppose I could join you.
That would be my pleasure. I could show you some of the local beauty spots.
I bet you know them all.
I don't think you'll make it in high heels, Mother.
Well, I'm sure you've got something I could borrow. After all, you're such a sensible girl.
That's great. I'll find my boots and you get ready. Well, I'm looking forward to this.
You'll still be trying to pull on your deathbed, won't you?
Listen, girl, I'm a long way off me dotage, and if there's a bit of happiness to be had out there, I'm the last to grab it.
Yeah, well, don't muck Alan about. He's a lovely man.
You make me sound like a right vamp. Still got me looks, though, eh? Hardly a line on this clock.
I think it's true what they say.
Eh?
That eventually you become your own mother.
Cheeky madam. Favourite film?
Brief Encounter.
You old romantic.
Favourite song?
Reach out and I'll be there by the Four Tops.
Oh, I've got a good one. Favourite animal?
A bear. Just like you. Big, friendly, cuddly bear.
I mean fat and unattractive.
Men. Why can't you appreciate what you are, not hope for what you'll never be?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I'm guessing you've never been slim-hipped with chiselled features and a six-pack.
Well, then,
There you go. You weren't born to be Robert Redford, but you are Alan Turner. And he looks good to me.
does he? I mean, do I?
Oh, yes. I've really enjoyed our walk, Alan. But I'm flaming freezing.
I'm sorry, but it has been fun. And thank you.
What for?
Well, inspiring it. You bring out the playful in me.
Down, Rover.
Yeah, I'm freezing too. Shall we wander back?
I really enjoyed myself, Alan.
Well, if you'd like to repeat the pleasure, we could go for a really long walk.
I don't know about that. Back of my calves are really feeling it. Don't think I'm cut out to be the rambling type.
Well, that's a shame.
But you could have dinner with me.
Oh, yes, it's my other hobby, food.
How about tomorrow night?
Yes, I should like that very much.
I'm going to have a long hot soak in the bath. See you later, Big Bear.
Can I get you a drink?
Here we go, Pete. 180, thanks.
It's Eric.
Usual, please. And how do we find you today?
Happy as Larry.
Oh.
I'm glad you came in. I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, well, I'm all ears.
How would you like to have dinner with me tomorrow night?
Oh, well, that would be wonderful. In fact, I could recommend a rather swish...
No. Leave all the arrangements to me.
Well, be my pleasure. Thank you.
Excuse us a moment, Eric. What do you think you're playing at? You're supposed to be having dinner with Alan tomorrow night.
Don't worry. All will be revealed.
I kid you not. Do you mind if I join you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Diane and I are enjoying a private little chat.
Oh, come on, Eric. The more the merrier.
Same again, Diane.
Lovely.
Cheers, Alan.
Excuse me.
Yeah, big... Watch what you're doing.
Sorry, Eric, I didn't see you there.
Come on, Andy.
A word in your shell, like Mrs. Eric here is the biggest rat in the village, and if I was you, I'd have naught to do with him.
There's nothing wrong with Eric.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah? So why is he pressing assault charges against me? He's out to ruin my life.
What's this about, Eric?
A simple misunderstanding. Mandy here has just gone off the deep end, as usual.
If you had one decent bone in your body, you'd drop those charges.
Don't worry, I'm going to.
What?
I always intended to. I just wanted to teach you a little lesson first.
Why?
Because I feel sorry for you. Another conviction on top of your already existing record, and they'll throw away the key.
Cheat!
Just leave it. We've got a result there. Come on. No need for thanks.
Come on.
That was very forgiving of you.
Yes, well, I'm not one to kick someone when they're down.
Now, that were what I call a breakfast.
Oh, we were now special.
I were never one for cooking much me. Oh, I can do more than egg on toast, don't get me wrong. Some sauce and some pasta and I'm laughing. But I can't cope with fancy herbs and preparing stuff in a bowl overnight. Life's too short.
I'd best get gone.
Hey, you haven't forgotten I'm entertaining Alan Turner tonight, have you? I mean, the two of you won't be wanting use of your house, will you?
Oh, you're all right, dear Diane. We'll stop at pub.
It'll be no different from any other night for my Seth, won't that?
Hey, I'm ever so grateful. Only I were a bit pushed for venues. And your front room was the top of my list.
Oh, just one thing, love. I mean, if you say you're not very good at cooking, what sort of dish was you thinking of serving?
Oh, I reckon he'll not be disappointed.
Oh, right. I'll see you two later.
I'll be along in a minute, Bet.
So then, are you and Mr. Turner having a thing?
As if. No, I'm on my holidays, Seth. Every girl likes a bit of male company on her holidays.
True.
There are too many people go about taking life too seriously. They want to jump off that treadmill and take a ride on the roller coaster.
I'm with you on that.
I knew you would be. I don't know how you do it, Bet. Really, I don't.
Never was one for slacking, me.
No, but cleaning and waitressing from cockcrow to twilight, week in, week out.
Well, you try managing on a pension, love.
Now, Gavin gone down the gym.
Oh, is he ever anywhere else? It's not natural.
The lad doesn't want to be sat here with us ends clacking.
Yeah, well, I wanted him to shift some barrels. We've stayed on this surface, Betty. And as for it not being natural, there's a lot to be said for regular exercise, as any doctor will tell you. Can you mop this floor, Betty?
Yeah, I've just done it.
Can you do it again, please? It's all sticky.
It can't be.
Our heels are practically glued to it. This is your fault, you know, Mum, distracting Betty from her work.
What have I done?
You're a bad influence.
Oh, hey, take no notice of her, Bet. It's gone to her head, this landlady lark.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
You're looking well, Alan.
Thank you, Diane.
Room for a small one, here.
You got that new aftershave on I bought your granddad?
Yes, I certainly have.
There's nothing more arresting than a manly musk. Looking forward to tonight, Alan.
Yes, very much. Oh, Betty, you sure you don't mind us having the use of your house for the evening?
No, you enjoy yourselves.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Alan, but I've had a tiny thought.
Oh?
Yes, I was wondering, with regard to our meal tonight, if you could help me out a teensy bit. Could you bring the starter? Only I'm a bit pushed for space in Bet's kitchen.
Yes, I'd be delighted. Now, is there anything you want that would complement your main course?
I'm sure whatever you decide will be champion. Though, no prawns, please. They make me go ever so slightly mad. Eric! Over here!
Oh, Diane. Denise. I trust everything's still fine for tonight.
I'm looking forward to it enormously. Now, you do know I'm cooking the meal myself, don't you?
I thought we were heading for a restaurant.
Oh, no, I fancy a night in. Are you averse to the idea, Eric?
No, I'm sure anything you can cook for me will outdo any concoctions of the finest chef in town.
You flatter. So I'll see you at 8 sharp, then?
At the Woolpack.
Oh, no, I'm not staying there, no. At Bet Eggleton's. They're clearing out for the night so as I can entertain.
Betty's?
Hey, and could you do me a favour? Could you bring the sweet? Only I'm that surrounded by pots and pans. I haven't the work surface to do so much as a fruit salad.
No trouble at all. I'll find us something delectable.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. See you later, Eric.
You are a right troublemaker.
Why?
Why? Alan doesn't know you've invited Eric, and Eric doesn't know you've invited Alan.
Look, we're none of us looking for romance. What's wrong with 3 adults of a certain age sharing a meal together?
If there's nothing wrong with it, then why not tell each of them about the other? And another thing. Are you planning on doing any of the cooking yourself?
Aye, the main course.
Which, if I know you, would be a takeaway from some oriental eatery served up on Betty's best china.
They'll not know.
No shame, have you?
They'll have the time of their lives. And there's something you could do to help out, as a matter of fact. Go straight through, Alan.
I do hope this meets with your approval. It's a Caesar salad.
One of my all-time top 10 favourite tastes, is that?
I must have the psychic gift.
Sit yourself down, Alan. I'll fetch you a drink.
Didn't Betty know there were just the two of us dining?
How do you mean? Oh, no. Betty didn't lay the table for me.
Is Bernice coming?
2 ticks, Alan. That'll be Eric.
Eric Pollard?
Good evening, Diane. I trust I'm on time.
Oh, nice to see you, Eric.
This will need immediate refrigeration.
Right you are. I'll not take a peep. I like my afters to come as a complete surprise. Go straight through to the living room, Eric.
Thank you. What the hell are you doing here?
I could ask the very same question of you.
Now, don't just stand there like a couple of unacquainted stags. Sit yourselves down and get chatting. I'll be right with you once I've settled things in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Fabulous. I was just saying to Bernice how nice it would be to get to know some people from the village. And here I am, with 2 eligible bachelors as my dining companions. It's a beautiful hors d'oeuvre, Alan. Take your time over it. I'm not sure that my main course will be quite at its most tender just yet.
So then, I take it Eric's been telling you about his antiques business?
He certainly has. And it's quite a thriving one from what I've heard. And what with your Jim, Eric? Quite the entrepreneur of the village, I'd say.
Well, I don't like to boast. Of course, I presume Alan's told you that he's been forced to take on my old job up at Home Farm to stave off the total boredom.
You didn't tell me that Eric had been there first, Alan.
It was hardly like that, Diane. Granted, Eric was able to persuade a rather vulnerable young woman to allow him to become estate manager for a very limited period and in circumstances which brought his employment there to a shameful and abrupt end, as I'm sure he told you. But I, on the other hand, was more than qualified to carry out the job.
Why's that, then?
I ran the estate for some time when it was much larger than it is now. It was a position of incomparable responsibility.
You 2 men. Anyone would think you were great rivals.
Of course, prior to that, I did have my own wine bar.
Until he quite rightly lost his licence and it became Cathy's Diner.
Look here.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Must have been the oven. Very odd noises it's been making. Won't be long now, boys.
I must say, Diane, this is one of the best dishes that anyone has ever prepared for me.
Oh, bless you.
Much as I hate to agree with this man, I really must second that. It really is quite exquisite.
It's been my lifelong belief that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I like a man who enjoys his food. I've no time for a fella that watches the scales.
You developed a penchant for poncheurs, have you done?
Men come in all shapes and sizes, which is just as it should be. Long, short, stick-thin or tubby. It's personality that counts. Now, shall we let this go down before I bring out Eric's sweet?
What have you prepared, Eric? Nothing too acid or sickly, I trust?
It's for the discerning palate, not likely to be appreciated by those who clearly wolf down anything they can lay their hands on.
Now then, lads, stop this bickering. Why can't we just be the best of friends?
Yes, you're quite right, Dan. Unfortunately, when you invite Eric Pollard to dinner, you also invite an atmosphere.
Oh, that's rich coming from you, who's never been on the top of anyone's guest list.
Now, I insist this stops now. We're here to enjoy ourselves, right?
You know, I'm no party pooper, Bernice, but when do you think your mother and Alan Turner are planning to get back? Only have a bed to go to.
I'm sure they'll be here shortly.
What's the rush, woman? We can stop here and have a lock-in.
The rush is to get you back home and fast asleep, Seth Armstrong, before you embarrass me any further. I'm sure Bernice and Tricia have never heard such filthy joke.
Oh, don't worry, Betty. He's all right.
Oh, at last.
Had a good time. Just escorting Alan back across the road. Yes, it was a superb night, wasn't it, Alan?
Yes, it certainly was. Most enjoyable.
Right, well, me and Seth had better get off now, 'cause I have to be up in the morning.
Oh, Bet, thanks for the use of your house. It was right good of you. Bernice, love, get me a G&T. And don't you worry about the washing up. I'll do it all in the morning.
Right, you are then.
Hey, have you heard the one about the land army girl and the scarecrow?
Seth! Oh!
Oh, Betty, thank you very much indeed. Right, well, I think I'm about ready to turn in now.
Ah, thanks, Al, for a great night.
No, thank you. And I will see you tomorrow.
Right. Right then, you two.
I think us lasses should have a few more drinks. What do you say?
Mum, we're closed.
I know, but I'm going home tomorrow. Just a couple to wet our whistles.
I think yours is fairly soaked already.
Oh, go on, Bernice, we might as well. Anyway, I want to find out what went on tonight at Betty's.
Oh, go on then. But we're not getting hammered.
I knew you'd see sense.
Right then.
Let's get at them optics.
No, never was I so ashamed of you as I was tonight, Seth Armstrong.
I didn't do no.
Oh, yes, you did. You did plenty. Couldn't you see how uncomfortable Bernice and Tricia were feeling with your foul language?
They were laughing the socks off. They're only you with a face on, same as always.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Now, there's a shortage of blokes round here, Diane, believe you me. Perhaps not of your age bracket, though.
How do you know I'm not looking for someone younger? Or older? Someone like Seth, say.
Oh. Yeah. Do you reckon Betty and Seth still, well,
I'm saying nought. But the walls in that cottage aren't of the thickest plaster, so lodge there at your peril. Hold that thought while I get us all another drink.
Mum, wake up. Everyone's going to be down in a minute. Mum!
Oh, no.
There you go. Look at the state of you. It's like having a teenage delinquent for a mother.
Coffee. Oh, it's better.
You hadn't even washed up after your little soiree, had you? Left it all to Betty. I dread to think what this village must think of you.
I think Eric Pollard and your Alan were quite taken, if you must know.
Yeah, well, Alan won't be when he comes downstairs and sees what you look like now.
Their faces when they clocked each other. Both of them reckoned they were in for a quiet evening à deux.
Because that's what you led them to believe.
What kind of woman do they think I am? I've barely known either of them a week.
Yeah, well, you've certainly made a lasting impression.
Do you think so?
Well, look, you're off home today and I'm stuck here. I don't want to be embarrassed every time your name gets mentioned across that bar.
It's a fine way to talk about your mother. I'll come all this way.
Please, for me. Just go and put your face on. What time are you off?
No hurry. Probably after lunch. That'll give me plenty of time to say goodbye to everyone. Blimey, Bernice, anyone would think you were desperate to get rid of me.
Good. Betty forgiven you, has she?
Tried to persuade me to stay on. She'll be that sad to see the back of me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad someone will be.
You'll miss me when I've gone.
We'll see. Yes, Roy?
Try not to make it too obvious, Tricia.
What?
Jason, your eyes nearly popped out your head.
What is it you're trying to say, Gavin?
You used to look at me like that.
Not anymore.
Bernice, could I have a little word in the back?
Yeah, sure. Gavin, can you look after Roy for me, please, vodka and orange juice? What is it?
I just wanted to have a little girl talk before I go.
What now? You've had all week to chat to me, but you've been far too busy off enjoying yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm off now. And we still haven't really had a chance to do Gavin yet, have we?
Isn't he just perfect? Do you know, I still can't believe I'm actually marrying the man of my dreams.
And you're quite sure of that, are you, Bernice?
Mum, there's no chance of me having made a mistake if that's the direction this conversation's heading.
And how long is it you've been engaged now?
A year come December the 28th. Why?
And you've still not set a date. Is that your idea or his?
Well, we both want everything to be perfect. It takes time to organise a wedding, you know.
You can do it in a week if you both want it badly enough.
Oh. So you're saying that because we haven't set a date, it must mean Gavin doesn't really love me, is that it?
No. But it would be a good way of finding out the extent of his commitment to you, wouldn't it?
starting all this? I had such a nice time with you being here, and now you're just trying to spoil it all.
Bernice, ask him to set the date. If he does, then you've nothing to worry about. But if he still won't after all this time, then I think you deserve better and you should think about calling the whole thing off.
I'm glad I'm not too late. May I see you to your car?
Oh, yeah, and Eric wondered if you could pop round before you left.
Certainly not.
Quite right. Shall we?
Gavin, take my bag, would you? There's a good boy.
Sure.
Over there. Bye, love. Till the next time. Now go on, get in out of the cold.
So, enjoyed your little trip, have you, Diane?
Let's forget the small talk, shall we, Gavin?
I'm sorry?
Why don't you do everyone a favour and leave my daughter alone?
What are you talking about?
I've seen you. Got eyes for everyone you have. But I'll not have her hurt again. Not after the last one.
What are you talking about?
You don't fool me, Gavin. Not for a minute.
I love Bernice, Mrs. Blackstock, no matter what you think you've seen. And I'm going to marry her whether you like it or not.
Let's get one thing perfectly clear. I've got your card marked. And if you put 1 foot wrong with my daughter, if you upset her in any way, I'll make sure you regret it for the rest of your life. Do you understand me?